A math teacher, project manager at an oil and gas company, owner of a McDonald's, a real estate agent, and she was a rocket. What? I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
New York City rocket.
Trying to be paying attention. Just okay. She's been married for 35 years and to her business partner. She has 3 kids in their 20s, no grandkids, and she says yay. She does have animals or pets, a lab named Sam and Roxy, a parrot. Her hobbies are reading, hiking, and a good glass of wine.
Woo!
So,
Not all at once, just reading in the wine.
so Marie, what is your, what do you attribute your success to?
Did I not put that in? Integrity. We are very proud of the fact that we are very honest and upfront with our clients.
Good. And what would you say is something that nobody knows about you?
Okay, there's only one person in this room that knows about me, and that is that my husband and I are what we call an adoptive family. So one of our children is adopted, and so that's been an adventure. So if anybody is interested in knowing what it's like to go through adoption, we adopted him from Russia when he was like 2. So,
Very good.
yes.
And then, how do you say your last name?
Shuya, like your shoes.
Shula. Okay, so Marie Shula.
Shuya, get out of here.
Good transfer. Sorry. All right.
Okay, well, because I didn't do my intro correctly when I first stood up, because I was so excited to get 5-star reviews. So I'm Marie, and Transworld is a franchise that is all over the country, and we are a franchise of business brokers. And what that means is that we help people buy and sell businesses. And so a lot of times we all like to start with our why. Yes, my family is important, but I thought today I would focus a little bit more on why we are here in San Antonio as business brokers. And that's primarily because we don't want to see businesses boarded up. We don't want to see going out of business sales. We don't want to see liquidation sales. I don't even want a referral of somebody that's got their business for sale on a property website because they probably already found someone else. But if you see on Facebook Market or on other websites that they're selling their business and it's the owner, you can tell it's the owner that's selling their business, contact me and let me know that you've got somebody that can probably use our professional services. So that's why we're here. This is our why. Our agents are here to make sure that this doesn't happen. If y'all notice the bricks up there on 1604 that's all boarded up? So I wish they had called me a couple of years ago and said, hey Marie, we're not doing so well. We don't have businesses that aren't doing so well. But I wish they had called me when they were in the height and said, hey, we want to sell, we want to move on, instead of having to close up and sell their equipment for pennies on the dollar. So I could have, last time I did this presentation, I wanted everything that we did at Transworld. So today, I want you guys as my salespeople to help me get the word out that Transworld is here and that we can help people with their businesses. And I'm going to focus on today business valuations. Because everybody here who has a business, or if you know someone that has a business, they want to know, what's my business worth? So I'm going to give you a really high-level idea of how we go about that process. Okay, so the people that really want to know what their business is worth, believe it or not, there's people out there that don't know that they can sell their business. And they can, and they need to call us if they want to do that. They think that they just have to, go out of business or give it to their kids, but there's other options. So that's what we want, our people who are ready to move on. We can help them value their business. Also, there's people out there that own a business and they have partners. And they want to buy out their partner and do something else instead, or they're having disputes with their partner. Or as in the recent case we had, there was a death in the family, a death of the wife, and then her kids in the will took over the business. So the husband wanted to buy out the kids. So there's always legal reasons that they want to do things. And sometimes there's businesses that are unique, and it's really difficult for us to maybe value their business. They're really good to come to us anyway because we have a way of figuring out how that unique business or that new concept could be valued. So we can help all those people. There's basically 2 ways that we can do this. One of the first ones is the best one, it's free, and that's when I do a BOV, which is a broker opinion of value. And I do that for free for anybody that wants me to sell their business. They're for my clients. And what we primarily do is we spend a lot of time looking at databases of businesses that have sold, and we come up with a market percentage of their sales and a multiple of their profit. And that's kind of what my next slide is about. And we do the sales and the profit because we need to deal with businesses that are different sizes. We've got $1 million businesses or less than $1 million, or 5 million plus businesses, and it all depends on how the value of your business is. But this is me on my computer, so I spend a lot of my time doing. But I'm going to let you guys in on our secret sauce because I want you to be a salesperson for me, and I want you to know how we do this so that you can be a little bit more knowledgeable about how business brokers value businesses. And y'all can be, this is the key to our secret sauce, yes, the key to how we do it. So I just want to make sure I go through it properly. One of the first ways is to consider your percentage of sales, but I don't like this way because number one, you can have a business that's got sales and sales and sales, but if you're not running it right and you're not making any money, nobody's going to want to buy it. So you can have a ton of sales out there, but it's an unreliable factor. Plus, it's really low. It's usually about a third of what your sales are. That's one way to get a price. But what we like is to use what I call seller's discretionary earnings. And that's basically your profit. If you're running a business right, you're paying yourself and you're making some money that you're making, okay? That's what buyers are looking for, a way to pay themselves and a way to make some money. And those are all done with a multiple. Now these multiples can range from down to 1.5 to 3 times what your profits are. And so it completely depends on your industry. You can have a 1.5 for like a nail salon and a 3.0 for a distributor or a manufacturer. So it depends on what kind of business you have. The examples I've given you here is like an automotive repair place. So if you've got an automotive repair place that's doing over $1 million to $5 million in sales, they can get a price around 39% of what your sales are. And so that would at like $390,000, or I would suggest you have $400,000 to sell a business. Or we could do the SDE, the seller's discretionary earnings. If he's paying himself $75K every year and he's profiting $200K, that $275 would be multiplied by their multiple. And for auto repairs, the multiple is 2.25, which would put them up to like almost 620 as a possible sale. So these are the kinds of valuations that we can do. This is our secret method, our secret formula that you all are getting privileged to. But that's to help us, sell a business. And that, like I said, we can do those kinds of things for free. But if you've got something that's a little bit more in depth or requires a little bit more legal help, like you're a divorced person or your partner buyouts, this would probably require us to go to our third party in Transworld. Transworld has a special department that specializes in valuations, and I like to use them when I've got a really sticky situation. They spend a little bit more time doing extensive questionnaires. They'll ask that business owner, what would you do with your business in the future? So they really go through in-depth information to try and come up with a good valuation for you. And they do different methods, not just the market method like what I do. And what they can do is they can give you, I'm trying to say the name of this again. I won't spend too much time on this slide, but I don't usually push an essential valuation from this department of ours because I can do most of that on my own for you guys. But I like the standard one. It is a little bit more in depth and it's a bit more inclusive of the industry. But if you've got those legal problems, you cannot use the standard one. You have to pay for a certified valuation. And that's when you want it to stand up in court. And what's really nice about this Transworld department is if you get a certified valuation, it can stand up in court, and they will stand up for you. So they'll come in, and so when Colin or Fernando needs you, or Shirley needs you in court to testify what the value of their business is, this certified valuation will then stand up and in court for that. Okay, so what I really need from you all, I forgot to remind you, I needed some participation. So let's pretend you guys know business owners, they don't know about me and Transworld. Who are they going to call when they want to get their business value?
Ghostbuster.
So who would they trust with their money and the knowledge that they want to sell?
Their CPA.
Yeah, very good. So their CPA. Who else might they trust?
Their financial advisors.
Financial advisors, CPAs, and their accountants, lawyers, yes. So those are not referrals. So when I have referral, that's what I need, are those people that the business owners are going, I need to value my business, but I don't know that Marie's out there with Transworld, so I'm gonna go to my CPA or my accountant, I'm gonna go to my financial advisor, I'm gonna go to my lawyer. So if you know any of those people, they need to know about me, and they need to know about what we can do as far as valuations go. And so that leads me to this other question that I have for all of you. How can I get the word out about Transworld, not only to those people, but to business owners as well, because a lot of those business owners will just ask family members for advice. So do you all have any ideas for me as to what's a great way to get information about business valuation out? I'll take any of your ideas. Yes?
Well, my question is more so, first of all, on that slide where you talked about paying for your services, is that the only, because usually broker, there's like a percentage in the sale of the business. Is there another percentage that you take for doing that if they go to Transworld? Is it just those fixed?
Okay, those are just for valuations. If
Okay, those are just
I sell the business, then yes, there's a commission.
Yeah, commission. Okay. The second thing is I know you said that a lot of people who go to you to sell a business, they usually, because their kids don't want it and it's been like, a family business for a long time. Is there a lot of times that you work with like attorneys to build like trust, put the sale into a trust? Because I know a lot of people who are like, the biggest problem is if none of the kids want the business or want to operate the business, then they have 5 or 7 kids and now they gotta somehow divvy it up.
And that all depends on the seller, sure. We have a law firm that does the transaction. So if that individual wants to have the money put into a trust, they would either do it for you or they would recommend a lawyer that can put that together for them.
My recommendation is talk to a bunch of real estate lawyers and other tech lawyers, because that's the best way for referrals.
Yes, and Colin and I have already talked about that too.
Yeah.
Any other ideas or suggestions for me, John?
Yes. Be more proactive in paying attention to your friends who are business owners in their life situations. If you know that they're going through a hard time, like, hey, when do you talk to Marie?
Yes, that's true. So that's like asking you all to watch for those places and those people before things happen. So, exactly.
Can you sell businesses that are not in San Antonio?
Yes, I can if they're recommended to me. I cannot market outside of my area. So, but if you have a referral for me, yes, we'll do that.
So for those of us who are part of a franchise, we often hear about the franchise owners who have to really not do much well as they want to sell.
Right. And we do work with franchises to help them sell. We just have to get permission from the franchise,
Okay.
to do that. But once we have their permission, yes, we can sell the franchise. Thanks. Any other questions or ideas? Houston, did you have something?
I wish I did.
All right. Any more questions or ideas? I'm thinking next time I come and do a presentation, I'll do it on franchises. Because people who want to start a franchise or want to either buy a franchise or start their own franchise. I got a call on my way here, a gal right over here by the airport that's got a really great concept. She wants to turn into a franchise.
I actually have a question. Is there such a thing as a business that's too small for it to be worth your time?
Yes, and if it's, ideally we want the top 3 things we want is 3 years or more in business, so that they only have been in business for a year or 2. It's not as helpful, not as easy to get a bank loan. We want them to be making a profit and for them to have employees. May not be full staff, but we need employees in there. Because a buyer doesn't want to buy a business, he's got to bring his whole family in and infiltrate it to take over the business. And they definitely want somebody who's making money. Yes.